Yo, first. Here we are. First YouTube video. I'm shooting this on my iPhone, so if the sound quality is bad, I do apologize. However, I'm very excited to be doing this. This is gonna be a men's fashion YouTube channel where we just speak about men's fashion and lifestyle and all the things that go together with that. I'm really excited, and yeah, let's see where this goes. For the first video, here's a little bit of a theme. I posted on my Instagram a couple of days ago whether you guys would like to see me do recent pickups, and I don't know what the title of this video is yet, but this is recent pickups that I've picked up in the last 2 months. So these things were acquired in the sale, so all of them are extremely affordable because I do not like to spend bags and bags on clothing. I'm always looking for stuff on the cheap, so most of these things were acquired during the sale, and yeah, enough of all the rambling. I'll show you. Tops, pants, one jacket for the boy, shoes, yeah, one piece of jewelry. So we've got a lot of items to get through here, and I don't even know how I got all the shopping done, to be honest with you. Where do we start? Let's start at the tops. That seems like the best way to do it. For those of you that do know me, you would know that I like to thrift a lot, and I suppose it fits into the whole sustainable fashion thing. I'm not gonna lie and say that that's why I do it, but I like thrifting. You find like unique pieces that nobody else is gonna have, and also it's very cliche, but they just don't make them like they used to anymore. So on to the first pickup, and I have this Reebok oversized t-shirt in an XL. I picked this up at the thrift store. It's just like a huge, massive Reebok tee, basically. It's got the little tab over there. It says Reebok over there on the chest. Over there was this nice thick collar, authentic Reebok over there, and yeah, it's in this sorry, it's slightly dirty. It's in this I don't know what this is, to be honest with you. It's like navy, it's like a washed out navy, but yeah, I really like the color and especially the fit, and anything that is embroidered is like winner for me. Stuff with embroidery just makes the clothing seem just that much more like expensive and that much more quality. So yeah, sick pickup. So that is item number one. This is something I picked up actually it was yesterday. I picked this up yesterday, and this I got from Cotton On, and it's just a printed cut off or sleeveless vest, whatever you want to call it, in black. It says Lost on Earth. Not really sure what this is, to be quite honest. I suppose it's just a print, and I like the print. Sorry, I'm playing music off my Xbox at the moment, and I don't want some whack song to play, so I'm just gonna Jaden Smith. So yeah, I had this on today and yesterday, and my wife was like, yo, this looks like the Astroworld print. And now that when I first looked at it, I was like, this looks like some kind of like rock star, or I like rock vibes. And then when I looked at the font again, I was like, yo, this does look like Astroworld. Got this in a size medium. This cost me about like 50 Rand, and I'm just gonna do like a quick conversion. This was around about like $5, or like maybe like, let's say like £2, and yeah, it was very cheap. It was in the sale, and that's basically the only reason why I picked it up, because it was so cheap, and I kind of needed more cut-offs as well. Second pickup done. Third pickup, going back to the thrift store. I picked this up around like December time, and I was looking for something to wear on Christmas that had like a high neck or a mock neck collar. I walked into the thrift or the charity store and I saw this beauty right here. It's literally got no branding on it. It's very like a boxy fit, so it's great for tucking in. And it's like in this, I would say like in this purple, like washed out, I don't know if you can see there, lilac color. I'm guessing it's about a size large or an extra large because the shoulder is a bit dropped. However, this mock neck and the wash on this really sold me. And I picked this up for like ridiculously cheap. So I can't remember the exact price, but it must have been in the region of like 20 bucks. So that's like $2, £1, something like that. Forgive me and do not crucify me if I'm getting this wrong. Wow, now that I'm looking at the label, it actually says medium. It's a medium over there, but I think most of the stuff that you pick up in the charity store that's like really old, the sizing might say medium, but never trust that sizing because it's always like too big or too small. Most of the time too big, but yeah, I was fortunate enough to be blessed with a trip to Australia and spent like one day in Dubai over the December holidays, January, and while I was there we did some shopping. We were in Perth and like literally every YouTuber has talked about this item and I was just like, yo, is it worth a hype? So I went to go check it out. We have like a sub brand of it in South Africa called Meniso, I think. So I went into Uniqlo and everybody's been talking about this $9 or like $8 t-shirt. It's just the best t-shirt that you could ever buy. So I went in and I picked up this $9 Australian dollars t-shirt. It's just like a plain cotton t-shirt. However, I will say that this cotton feels very good and the fit is absolutely fantastic. It's in this mustard colorway. Keeps me really cool as well. It's very easy to maneuver in or move in. One of the best things about this t-shirt from Uniqlo is that a lot of the times, like this is more on the slim fit, but a lot of the times when you buy a t-shirt and it's like a slim fit, it can tend to like stretch out on the arm part after you wear it like 1 or 2 times, but this literally like the whole day it stayed intact, and then I wore it about twice I think, and then the next time that I wore it, it was still intact. So yeah, I definitely think this is one of the best like cheap t-shirts that I've ever bought. It cost about, I had to pay tax, so it cost about like $100 around about there, which is obviously not too bad, like 100 rand, not too bad for a t-shirt. And oh, smells good. Yeah, that was the Uniqlo t-shirt. Right, so I'm gonna go on to 1, 2, 3, whoa, 5. This is the 5th pickup. Boss iced tea, lemon flavor. Right, so I've got this like revered collar shirt, which I have on at the moment. Can't be bothered to take it off right now, to be honest. Real close quickly so you can see the fabric. It's very lightweight. I'm actually unsure of what this is made out of. It's a big, what does it say? My camera just died, but we're back. And this shirt is made out of viscose, so it's a good material. However, like usually when I buy like these shirts which are very relaxed, like I buy them from the thrift store, and the new ones, no matter where you buy from, if you buy from Zara, Cotton On, H&M, they're not the same. They just don't have the same quality. Like this one, I've only had it on for literally like a few minutes since I've been shooting this video, and it's already starting to crease up the sleeve. Only cost me 150 rand. That's why I bought it. So it's like $15. Let's say 8 to 10 pounds, and it's very cheap for it. However, that's the only reason why I picked it up, because it was on a sale and it was cheap. And wow, these dogs are going mad. Anyway, I was in the thrift store and I was scanning, and I checked the shirt and I'm like, yo, this is a mad shirt. I'll come back to the shirt, I pick it up, and I see this embroidery on it. So I look at it and it says SH. I think I'm wrong, but I think it says, no, SJ. Anyway, it says something on it. And then I look at the collar, and on the collar is Sean John. Let me show you. Sean John there on the label. If you get nice little embroidery. It is a little bit dirty. On the pocket, slightly dirty. Sean John shirt. It feels absolutely amazing. It's made out of 93 polyester and 7% spandex. Now, if you don't remember, some of you would do, P. Diddy made a fashion brand a while ago, which consists of like a lot of suits and shirts. It is a luxury fashion house back in early 2000s. It could have been 90s. I might be a little bit mistaken, but to my knowledge, it's early 2000s. They're still alive today, not doing as well as they used to do, but I think this is just mad. Like, they did blow up at one stage, and their stuff was really cool. And I think looking at fashion today and seeing how fashion is drawing inspiration from like vintage styles, like maybe like 20-30 years ago, like all the way back. Like, I've seen people do 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s is obviously really big, and then early 2000s popping up now. This is just a mad piece. It's just like, I don't even know how I found this in a charity store in South Africa, and I paid like super next to nothing for like 30 bucks, which is like $3, something like that, or 50 bucks. Can't remember exactly. It's huge, it's massive, like it really is big, and like I said, it's like in this nice, like, I don't know if you can see that, but lightweight material. And this is gonna be a mad piece for winter, honestly. Like, this is gonna be so sick. And the stripes and the big like overshirts are really trendy at the moment, so to pick one up at like a major fashion house brand at the price that I did is really good. And honestly, like, finding Sean John in South Africa is just mad. So yeah, Sean John shirt, crazy. Right, I have 3 pants here. I wonder if I should use. Okay, I'm gonna show you the 3 pants quickly. Run through them super quickly, because there's not much to say really about them. I'll be wanting to get into like, well, I like tech wear a lot, and part of that is wearing like military style stuff. So I was looking for nice like cargo pants that I could wear, but honestly, the ones that like were nice were very expensive, like 600 rand, which is like $60, 50 pounds roundabout. And for me, that was just a little bit too expensive. Like, I didn't want to go blow bags on something that might go out of fashion really soon. Factory had a sale, and these pants were 250 rand, so like $25. And honestly, so sick. I would say that the quality isn't the best. Like, you'll see on the on body how they're styled. They've got these nice like pull tabs at the bottom, almost like drawstrings, so you can decide if you want them cuffed or not. And it's really made out of, like, would say close to proper like cargo material. I don't know if you can see there, like, this is black. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it gets dirty really quickly. It is a good fit, and I'm happy that I didn't spend too much money on it. However, it gets super dirty very quickly, so I'm always iffy about like where I'll wear it and how I'll wear it, because I'm just scared like if you mess something on it, then it'll be difficult to clean out. But otherwise than that, it's been quite good to me. I styled it in a few ways, and yeah, picked it up for really cheap. So, factory cargo pants. So for Christmas, I got a gift card, which is like 300 rand. I asked specifically if I could get this from Zara, and because really, I have really weird legs. Like, I don't have a big top half of my leg, but the top part of my leg, so my thighs and my bum, is quite a bit bigger than what my calf is, because my calves are like they're not there. Basically don't have calves. For that reason, it's very difficult for me to find jeans or pants that fit me like really good. And for some reason, Zara seems to be the only people where I can buy clothes, or specifically pants, that fit me and it actually looks, you know, like something. So I picked up these in the sale. It says on the tag, it says essential denims, but it's more of a vintage, like wash dyed or vintage dyed denim, high-waisted. This thing is mad. It's actually like super high-waisted, and I've been looking for it for a while. It's this heavyweight like denim, vintage wash or vintage dye denim, which I think is really inspired by the 90s. It's got a little bit of a turn up on here. I've actually shot a lookbook in this today, so You know, maybe that's gonna be the second video, you never know. How much was this? 329 rand, so like super cheap. And I think the original price was somewhere close to like 900 or 1,000 bucks. So like really it's super cheap. So let's say anyway, this was about roughly like $100 and I paid 30 for it. It was maybe like 70 pounds and I paid like 20 pounds for it. So it's really like an absolute steal. And you can see over here, quality is really great. Honestly, I do most of my shopping at Zara and they really are, like, some people complain about the service that they get or the clothing break-in and stuff. Your clothing is really sick. Like, you find a lot of the time they're doing like major fashion house stuff inside. A lot of the time they like kind of water it down and dilute it, and then it looks pretty cool. So moving on to the next item, this is the last pair of pants that I have acquired. These are beautiful. I saw them like at Zara and they were 1,000 bucks and I was like, yo, 1,000 rand on some pants, I'm not gonna do that. And I knew that these pants would go on sale, so I waited and I waited and I waited, and my waiting paid off. I picked up these pants for like 300 bucks again, absolute steal, like $30, 20 pounds roundabout. What I can see from the runway, all the things on my mood board and the pictures that I see recently, for the most part, people and fashion inspiration from Europe, because it's winter there now, is that brown is absolutely crazy for the winter time. So like anything affiliated with brown or in the region of the brown color palette. So even like beiges, creams, tans, dark brown, chocolate brown, like I could go on forever with the amount of browns. So I wanted to get a brown suit pants and I got this brown suit pant size 32. It's just really nice like suit pant material. I'll show it to you now. Honestly, these pants are just so beautiful and they remind me of like something from Calvin Klein because of these pocket tabs here on the bottom. I know like some of the jackets, some of the shirts, the flaps on the, I don't know what you call these, but like the flaps on the pockets or the closing of the pockets, I had a very similar design. So like that's one of the things that brought me to it as well. When I got home after purchasing it, I noticed that there's like this small pocket inside here that just adds a little bit more detail, and I was like, yo, that's sick. The finishing inside is just great as well. Honestly, this finishing was really good. And I paid 300 rand for it and it was 1,000 rand. Who's complaining about that? So we've got 4 items left. I'm gonna show you this one quickly. It's just the only piece of jewelry literally that I've got over these recent pickups. And what it is a sterling silver Kruger ring. I don't know what you call these rings in other parts of the world, but here in South Africa, or maybe, I don't even know if it's a Cape Townian thing, but I could be wrong and it's just what they're called. But this is a Kruger ring. My wife bought this for me for a Christmas present. I told her that I wanted another ring for my pointing finger, and yeah, it fits perfectly, goes right over there. I wear it like basically almost every day. I would say the quality is like okay because it bends sometimes at the bottom, but that's just due to the fact of the silver being really thin at the bottom. But overall, like it's sterling silver, so it's gonna last you for the rest of your life, and it's a good investment. I'm not sure of how much you paid because obviously it was a gift, but if I estimate, this is in the region of about like 190 to 300 bucks, depending on how big and the weight of the silver, obviously. And it's a good investment if you are getting into jewelry. So yeah, Kruger ring, boys. Right, before we get into the shoes, I'm going to show you this jacket. Now, I've been wanting a biker jacket for the longest time. Honestly, they're so expensive, and even the non-real leather ones are expensive. So I saw this one a while ago, and this one again is from Zara. This is just a classic biker jacket, and honestly, I was like, I don't know what these people are on, because this jacket was 1,700 or 1,800 rand, which is like 180, 170 dollars. Let's say 150 pounds for, I'm like 100% sure. Let me not say 100% sure. Polyester. This whole thing, polythyrene and polyester. There's not even a little bit of leather in it, and I don't know why they've charged so much for it. Anyway, this is something that I picked up in Australia as well. and it only cost me $69. So it was like $700 plus taxes, a little bit more, but if I just break it down to straight conversion, it was about 700 rand, and that's a good price to pay for it. I think it's got really cool details on it. I know Zara, like every season they bring out the biker jacket and they just tweak it a little bit, and one of the things that I noticed that was different on this biker jacket was the zip on the arm over here, which I think was a really cool detail, and which made it a bit more traditional. They actually went ahead with the extra effort and put the waist belt on the jacket. I know some people don't like it, but I think it just adds a little bit more detail to the biker jacket, and then I suppose it justifies its price tag. Still crazy to pay like 1.8 for it, but yeah, it's a really sick biker jacket. The best part and the most expensive part of this video, I picked up these Chuck 70s. So this is the same silhouette as the Comme des Garçons Chuck 70s. I picked up the Chuck 70s in the black colorway, which I think is super clean. At the time that I picked these up, they just got restocked in Superbalist. I literally waited I waited a whole week just checking the page till they restocked, because I couldn't get my size, and they went for 1,000 rand. And previously when I purchased on Superbalist, I bought on somebody else's account, and I never used like my coupon for first buy. So I thought this time, cool, I'll use my coupon for first buy, and I got 250 rand off, and this only cost me 750. They are a little bit dirty because I've worn them heaps already, and they're super comfortable, and they literally just go with everything. So you can see already this was a bit raised, or the sole of the shoe is just slightly more raised than the normal Chuck. It's got the stitching across on the side of the foot, which looks like kind of like panels. One of the major differences is that the Chuck Taylor sign is actually in black and white, and not in that, I think it's red and black and blue. You can see on the heel tab, Converse All-Star, Chuck Taylor, and yeah, these are honestly so sick. One really cool detail that I noticed when I opened the shoe was that it says Converse Chuck Taylor athletic shoe player's name, and I was just like, whoa, that is absolutely amazing. And for those of you who don't know, when these came out originally a long time ago, when Chuck Taylors first came out, they were meant to be a basketball shoe. So I think this is just like renaissance of the original Chuck Taylor and how they were meant to be used for basketball. And that's literally a way that players, I suppose, could mark their shoes as theirs. And yeah, man, I'm really happy with this purchase. I was super gassed when it came, and yeah, I think it's money well spent. It's always good to invest in shoes, because shoes keep for a very long time, and they're your feet, man. You walk everywhere on them. So yeah, don't mind spending just a little bit more on shoes. Right, so last pickup that we got here, honestly, this is like one of the most hyped things that I've ever picked up, and it's the most expensive thing from this list as well. So I don't know if it was the smartest thing to do. I don't know who's got that money, or normal boys like me, to be picking up Balenciaga Triple S's. So I went for the 1S instead, and man, I can tell you that these shoes, like I've never picked up Skechers before, but these shoes are beautifully crafted, and they feel like pillows on your feet. These are the Skechers D-Lite. I was speaking to my best friend the other day, and he was like, when he typed in, ooh, mark on you, no man. And when he was looking on the internet, he typed in, this is up close, sorry. When he typed in Balenciaga Triple S alternative, these were one of the shoes that popped up. And man, like honestly, they do kind of remind you of the Triple S, just because they give off those dad vibes. But the way that the shoe was crafted, I've never had Skechers before, but looking at it now and having it on my feet, like the way that the shoes were crafted, it's made out of leather, it's made out of this, what's this, neoprene, it's made out of suede on the side. Woo! It's made out of suede on the side, it's got like that little Skechers tab or sign at the bottom over there. From somebody that always buys like Adidas, Converse, or Vans or something like that, going into a shoe like this, more for old people or runner or athletic shoe, just to see how these shoes are actually crafted, and the way that they're made is really cool. And I've styled this like once before, and honestly it's really sick. Super comfortable. I had to size, or not really size up, but these are women's shoes, so I had to take a US 11, which is equivalent to a UK 8, which is a size down for me because I'm usually about a 9 or 11. But it worked out well, and I've worn them twice, and the second time that I wore them, they felt really good, and they're stretched now, and they feel very comfortable. These cost me about 119 Australian dollars, which is about 1,200 rand. So the steepest thing that I bought on this haul. However, I feel like it's really justified, even though it's very trendy. And yeah, they just look fire. Hopefully I get some cool pictures with them. Really happy with these, and gonna get a lot of wear out of them, hopefully. So yes guys, that was my first YouTube video. If you stayed to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to follow me on any of my social media, which is basically just Instagram, it's just @LeeRoerich7, and over there I resell vintage clothing. I post a lot of fit and just like general updates on lifestyle and stuff like that. So yeah, if you feel like doing that, go ahead and follow me on social media. Other than that, I'm Lee Roerich. Thank you for watching this video, and have a blessed day.